Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video we are going to talk about the common mistakes which can take place during the process of history taking. Now what actually is history? History is the stepwise inquiry of the patient from the physician about his or her condition. A good history along with examination in 80 times out of 100 is able to diagnose the condition of the patient correctly. If the patient is diagnosed correctly, he is going to be treated accordingly and his or her complaint is going to be solved and you are going to have a happy patient. So in today's topic, we are going to discuss few mistakes which can take place during a history. First, we'll take a look at a part of a good history. So it is, kind of an imaginary history. There is a patient named XYZ who is actually a 22-year-old unmarried Muslim female, is admitted on 18th of May 2021 through OPD with the presenting complaint of pain in epigastric region for 1 day. The pain is colicky, non-radiating, aggravated with food intake and associated with nausea and vomiting. The given diagnosis is the acute gastritis. Now why I have shown you this? I have shown you that it is an example of a very good history because in a stepwise manner up to this step all the information is given and it would be very helpful in diagnosing the condition of the patient. Now we will discuss what are the common mistakes which can be done on the physician side. To what I think the first common one is the taking of a brief consent. Most of the times what I have seen is the physician does not inform the patient about why he is being inquired. What I think is if he is inquired, he is going to be very much interested in answering the questions, not only answering those questions but also telling the details. The patient is actually sharing with you a very sometimes the private part of his or her life. So if he is being informed about why is he being asked those questions, he's going to be much interested and he's going to unpack all the important information to you. The second thing is this subjective versus objective approach. Now what is this subjective approach mean? The subjective approach means that you have a limited amount of information and you with the help of just that information reach to a diagnosis, especially in those cases in which you are not much experienced for that. I'm talking in context of medical students and junior doctors, so they should have a comparatively objective approach as compared to subjective approach, which means that for example a patient who is an old obese diabetic male with a pain in the chest, it does not mean that he is a patient of MI. You should not conclude that from the word go. First you should listen to what he has to say about his condition. The third thing is that first you should listen to the patient carefully and then try to dictate what he has to say. When you are listening carefully from the first time and then trying to dictate that, the patient is going to notice that you are not from time to time given attention to other things like writing the history. Then the patient is going to be very attentive towards you. The fourth thing is experience. You are going to learn this skill along with the period of time. It is not a very easy thing because it has a few cumbersome steps and it is very easy for you to forget those things, but again and again when you try to do that with the other patients, it is going to be very easy for you. So hope you like this video. Kindly subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for further notifications. Thank you.